Gentlemen, let's get brutally honest for a second. The friend zone is not just TikTok jokes, it's real, it's painful, and it has destroyed men's confidence, wasted years of their lives, and even made some men abandon their God given assignment. Many men today are stuck uh, for being plan B in someone else's life when God has called them to be the head and not the tail. This is according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13. So today, let's strip down with the word, with real data, and with the truth that most men are too afraid to say out loud: the friend zone reality. 50% of men admit to being friend zone at least once in their lives. This is according to a 2019 study that was done by Bonds and De Vincent. Ackerman et al. In 2011, in the studies that he published on the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, he showed that men and women often have different motives for friendships. Men often hope it leads to romance, while women are more likely to use it for emotional and social support. There's also another study that was done in 2014. Actually, it's a survey by YouGov. It found that 41% of men confessed they maintained friend zone with women they were secretly attracted to, but those women had no such intentions. It's something that is happening even today. So the brutal truth that we are noticing from this is that for many women, the friend zone isn't cruel. It's strategy. She keeps you close enough to benefit from your energy, but not close enough to commit. So gentlemen, if you know very well that this lady, you're attracted to her, and you've already like expressed your intents or your interests to her, like you like her, and then she tells you that she chooses to keep you in a friend zone. My friend, I think you should keep your options open. The biblical perspective is this, that in Matthew chapter 5 verse 37, it says, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Meaning, if you like her, state it. If she says no, respect it. Don't hang in the shadow hoping anything else is just deception. And also in Psalms 37, verse 23, it says, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. If you truly believe God orders your steps, then rejection is not humiliation, it is redirection. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, we see that to everything there is a season, a time for everything, I mean a time for every purpose under heaven. Not every attraction is meant for a relationship. Sometimes it's just a test of whether you can discern the season that you're in. So here's the brutal truth. Men waste their prime years chasing women who already decided they'll never choose them. That's not loyalty, that's blindness. So what are the signs to show that you've been friend zoned? We need to look at that. Number one, she calls you bro, bestie, or family. I'm sure you're familiar with those terms. She tells you all her dates. This is point number two. She tells you all her dates with other men while you are the free therapist. Number three, she only texts you when she needs something: emotional support, errands, or money. By the way, gentlemen, if you've shown a lady interest and the first thing she asks you is money, you have my blessing to walk away. Number four, she says you'd make a great husband for someone else, not her. The last one is that she cancels on you last minute, but makes time for the guy she's really interested. Man, I've been there. I know that. You express interest, but the guy that she's interested gets the free time gets free time on a bargain, but for you, you have to ensure that you make efforts to impress her. But as the red pill community says, this is one line that I borrow from them. Desire cannot be bought. Desire cannot be bought. So why do men end up in the friend zone? Number one, lack of clarity. As a man, when you don't state your interests, and this normally happens because sometimes you fear rejection or you assume just things will just mature up. You need to state your interests. So when men don't state intentions early because they fear rejection, you are likely to end up on the friend zone. And then when the guy who states his intention, you find that the woman's heart moves towards that guy. And then you're left there. And I know you've heard of statements like, but you never said, you never showed any interest. I was always there. You never showed any interest. Take the risk. Number two is overinvestment. Giving husband level attention while she gives you friend level commitment. And having husband level attention here means that whenever she's around, you try to take care of her. You go out, like she organizes for maybe a trip. There could be like a conference going on, or maybe there is a cultural day, and then you're busy walking around paying for her bills. You had no plan to do that, but now you've already been caught up in her schedule. Number three, low self-worth, believing that her approval defines you. There are words that I borrow from this favorite, he's a Christian rapper from America. His name is called Lecrae. And he says, if you crave for their attention, you'll die from their rejection. If you crave for their attention, you'll die from their rejection. So at all times, you shouldn't give anybody the power to approve you. Number four, confusion of purpose. You are so desperate for her validation, you forget your God-given assignment. Gentlemen, your purpose should always come first. Neither should even your wife replace your purpose. Your purpose should always come first. It should always come first. Actually, you need to guard it more than anything. Guard your assignment, guard your purpose. In Proverbs 29, verse 25, we see that the fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe. So here's the brutal truth. A woman will never respect a man who can't draw boundaries if you let her use you as a free resource. Don't be surprised when she chooses another man who knows his value. I'll repeat that. A woman will never respect a man who can't draw boundaries. If you let her use you as a free resource, don't be surprised when she chooses another man who knows his value. So, what is the way of the righteous man? Number one, clarity first. I'm interested in you as more than a friend. If she says no, you walk, period. Number two, don't beg for love. Love that must be begged for is not love, it's slavery. Remember what the red pill says, that desire cannot be bought. You can't buy a woman's desire. And anytime you have to buy it, remember, she doesn't like you. Because this is one thing that I've also experienced. A woman will drop the boundaries for the man that he likes, but put up a lot of hindrances or a limitation for a man that he doesn't like. And mark you, if she accepts you even into marriage, that's how you live your life. You'll have to perform to get sex, perform to get loved, perform to get acknowledged. And that's the kind of life you don't want as a man. Number three, purpose over desperation. You're called to lead, to build, to grow. Don't let someone's indecision derail your assignment. That's why I was saying that your purpose and your assignment has to be fast at all times. Number four, timing matters. Maybe she's not ready now, but that does not mean you should wait around like a spare tire. This is where you laugh, gentlemen. You don't want to be a spare tire. In 1 Corinthians 16:13, it says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Be watchful, stand firm in faith, act like men, and be strong. So the friend zone isn't just about dating, it is symbolic of life. Many men live in society's friend zone, always available, always giving, but never chosen. And here's the brutal truth: some of you are friend zoned at work, doing the work for a leader, but never promoted because you don't speak up. Others are friend zoned in family, always the reliable one, but never respected. Romans 8:14 says, "For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God." So this is the point whereby, as a believer, as a godly man, if you know very well, you don't see any clarity in terms of the friendship that you're having with a lady, seek the Lord about it. Maybe it's not God's direction for you to be with that person, and maybe God wants you to take a step back and allow that person to grow into the season that you're in. So if you're led by God, stop begging for seats at tables that were never yours. So, men, hear me. The friend zone is not your home. It's a temporary, lesson or a trap. The friend zone is not your home. It's either a temporary lesson or a trap. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. If she doesn't choose you, thank God and move on. Because the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. And when the right season comes, the right woman will not hesitate. She'll prioritize your ambitions because she's aligned to your purpose. These are things you don't lack. These are things you don't learn in school. So stay sharp, stay righteous, stay focused, and stay out of the friend zone. If you like what you've heard and you know this information will help another fellow gentleman, please subscribe, like, and comment so that we keep learning things that we'll never get in school. Have a good day.